Asher Hildebrand.
Oh, hi.
Hi, nice to see you.
How are you?
Now, what are you doing here?
I'm getting coffee here on this beautiful February day and just come out of the Broadhead Center with my afternoon fuel.
And you're a coffee enthusiast, I guess?
It's one of the few indulgences I allow myself.
What's your go-to order?
This is a latte with oat milk. My go-to is probably a flat white if I can find one.
Do you have time to sit and chat with us?
I'd love to.
Great, come this way. Now, you've recently taken on a new role in public policy here at the Sanford School. Tell us about the program that you're launching.
That's right. So the Sanford School is launching a new Executive Master of Public Affairs program. It's designed for mid-career practitioners to update their skills, deepen their knowledge, and refresh their commitment to public service at kind of a crucial moment in their careers.
How did you begin your career in public policy?
Well, I began it the old-fashioned way with an internship on Capitol Hill and worked my way up in a congressional office, eventually became a chief of staff. I've also worked on presidential campaigns, served as President Obama's director of policy in North Carolina for his re-election campaign, and I've worked at a couple of think tanks as well.
You've had some high-level jobs in D.C., right? Give us the highlights.
Yeah, well, serving as chief of staff for Congressman Price was one of the most rewarding things I've done in public service, and also serving on President Obama's campaign.
What's it like to teach democracy, having been on the inside really at the highest levels?
You know, in some ways it's more sobering. When you're working in politics, you're moving from crisis to crisis. You don't have a whole lot of time to stop and think. And since I've been here at Duke, I've had a lot of time to stop and think and to reflect on this kind of extraordinary moment we're living through in our democracy.
What's the biggest challenge facing the country today, do you think?
I'd say lack of trust in institutions, including government, and I'd say polarization, not just between the parties or ideologically, but affective polarization between people, the way we look at each other, the way we work together to solve problems or really don't work together to solve problems these days.
Outside of work, what's your favorite way to spend time?
Outside, in the woods, in the mountains, hiking, camping, running on trails, just about anything that gets me outside will keep me happy.
Do you have a favorite place to hike or camp?
Around here, probably Eno River State Park. Love being by the Eno. But I grew up in Asheville in the Blue Ridge Mountains, and so there's something that makes my heart come alive when I'm in the mountains.
You're a baseball coach too, right?
I coach my 6-year-old's Little League baseball team, yes. I wouldn't overstate the claim that I'm a baseball coach, though.
In one word, what's the Sanford vibe?
Service. I think everybody at Sanford is united by an ethic of service, and that makes it a really rewarding and also inspiring place to work.
Do you have a favorite moment as a professor?
There have been a lot, but last year in the seminar I teach on American democracy, our students got to present some of the ideas they have for democratic reform to Secretary of State Jocelyn Benson from Michigan. It's really been at the front lines of protecting the integrity of elections, of fighting for democracy, and just watching that interaction between students sharing their ideas with a policymaker, feeling that sort of direct impact, direct change they were making was pretty profound.
What's your favorite class to teach?
Well, it's probably the democracy seminar. I joke that it's my fun class, and it's a joke because the topic is not that fun, but watching students take these massive challenges and kind of break them down, bring them down to scale, develop their own solutions, that's pretty fun.
What's the best advice you've ever been given?
Well, I don't know if I was given this or stumbled across it, but if you look at my quote board in my office, you will see a quote that says, "Don't ask what the world needs, ask what makes you come alive, because what the world needs is people who have come alive." That's one that always stuck with me.
I bet that's a piece of advice that you like to give as well.
Absolutely.
What's your favorite music?
Well, I used to listen to a lot of 90s hip hop and still listen to a little of that. But these days, my algorithm is a good mix of Americana, a little bit of Taylor Swift, some classical jazz thrown in for good measure, and then a whole lot of kids' music, because usually I'm listening to music with my kids.
As we said, you lead the Master of Public Affairs program. Is there an ideal applicant for that program?
So we're looking for applicants who have 7 or more years of experience in government, nonprofit or advocacy organizations, government relations, consulting, or who are working in other fields and are looking to make a mid-career transition into public affairs.
I'm sure we've detained you long enough. You probably have to get back to your office. Do you mind if we walk with you?
Let's walk.
What's something that you hope students will take away from their time studying public affairs at Duke?
A sense of agency. I really want students to feel like they can make a difference. And I know that sounds trite, especially given the magnitude of the challenges that we're facing today. But if I want them to come away with anything, it's a feeling that they can at least be a part of the solution.
You care deeply about democracy. What gives you hope?
What gives me hope is that democracy includes the ultimate mechanisms for self-correction, and that it's never been perfect, and that we always have an opportunity to work hard to perfect it. We can vote, we can run for office, we can invest our time, invest our money, we can protest, we can rally, and that all of that means something ultimately.
Last question. Why does public policy and public affairs, why do they matter?
I think they matter because today, in a complex, interconnected world full of massive global challenges, they matter for the preservation of mankind. We cannot address climate change or end famine and disease, global pandemics, or avoid intractable conflicts without public policy, without people who understand how to resolve problems, but also how to govern. And so I think that's why it matters.
Well, thank you so much for your time. I hope you have a great rest of your day.
You too. Enjoy this weather.